Hello, Lance97 here. I'm recording this video to share some knowledge about the lighting in the game called HS2 Studio. And this is a ZPI MOD I recently made for the HS2 Studio. And the original 3D model is called the DL Modern BathRoom from the DAZ official shop. It's a very good model. I mean, the map is a very good model. It's very handy made. It's not big. It's just a small, tiny shower room. So, by this scene, I want to share some knowledge about what is lighting in and how to control the light color in the HS2 Studio. So you can see this is a studio game user interface, and maybe you're familiar with this. This is HS2, and the Hamas graphic light plugin. Now, there's only one character, this girl in this scene, and there's only one light embedded in this ZPI motif map. This one. If I turn it on, the light's here. If I turn it off, the light is gone. The name I named it DIR light. It means unity directional light, just to let me know that this is a unity light, not a light created in this studio. So what is contributing to the lighting in this room is actually many things. Firstly, it has this light. If I turn it off, there are still some light here, right? If I turn it off, the secondary important light of it is this QMap environment. If I turn the QMap environment intensity down, you have to drag the exposure of this. The exposure is controlling the light map intensity, basically the colors of there. If the color is there, if the exposure is there, it means the outside image color gonna be completely goes to 0, so it's pure black. And this exposure, what does it mean? This means it is using this number to multiply by this number, and then the result number contribute to the real-time environment light. It serves as a real-time environment light to hit every angle, every corner of your existing object. That's how it does. That's how this number does. But if I turn on, turn off, turn this amber, if I turn this amber to 0, see that the outside environment, the global sphere, it still have its color right there. But if I turn off this, it's gonna go completely to dark. Now you understand how these two ambers are multiplying each other to be the result of the lightning. Now if I turn this off, now it's off, but there's still something in here and here and on this. This is called metallic reflection. It is using the reflection probes color to make the color, and only the metallic part have this reflection. If the part is smooth like this wall, it's rough, it's not smooth like metallic, it won't reflect this color. Only metallic part will reflect this color. The metallic part is controlled by this thing called probe or reflection probe. The probe here means reflection probe. See that? Reflection probe settings. And the probes are here. This is Haman's new version of graphic plugin 2.4. So some user interface changed. You have to go familiar with this. The probes is right here under this line. There are two probes. The default reflection probe is the sky, the global sky, the default global sky probe, which means if you don't make if everything is not inside a nearby reflection probe, it's gonna use this global reflection probe. But in this case, I already made a probe in this. I already have a probe in this map, because when I bake the light map in the Unity. When I bake the light map in Unity, I already made the reflection probe. To show the reflection probe, I have to create a new sphere like this. Let me drag it more bigger. And let me turn on the lights. Yeah, and the environment light. Let me make the sphere have its metallic, boost its metallic to and smoothness to pure, like a pure metal, pure smooth metal. Now you see the reflections on this probe is exactly reflection probe color, which I pre-made in the Unity. It's embedded in this MOD. So this color is contributing to everything that is metallic in this map, like this handle and this handle and this. Everything metallic things is reflecting. The reflecting color comes from this from a ball, something like this ball. You can't see it now, but it's exactly a ball like this ball. And this here is under the probe. The second is this probe. So if let me go back to what I want to demonstrate. This light, let me turn it off, and the environment light, I turn it off too. So both the directional light and the environment light are turning off, and it still sees something reflection on this. That is because this reflection probe is working. This reflection probe is working. If I turn its intensity to 0, see, the scene gonna be completely goes dark and no reflections at all. The only remaining light now currently is from these two intensive real-time the emitting material. There are two emitting materials on that light bulb. So this is embedded in this map. It's very hard to. It can be controlled, but it's hard. I have to spend some time very hard to control it, to find it in this HS2 Studio. You have to use those things to find it component and find its intensity. Very time spending. Let's don't do that. So now you know the basic three components that are contributing to this to the lightnings of this this map, which is the light probe. This one is controlling the metal part reflection. It has some light effect. The reflection probe and the environment probe, and the environment, overall environment, and all the light, the direction, the point, the spotlight. These three brothers are contributing to the light color of this this whole map. Let me push this girl a little back. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Good position. Now, why the lightning in this map looks very real? Why the lightning looks very real because it has light probes. Let me show you what is light probe. The light probe in the Unity is like this. Light probe is a technique which is born in 2011. I think I searched something. It says they said it's born in 2011, and Unity is still using this as global illumination way. And in the newest Unity 6, they're still using the light probes, but they create some better and faster ways to use the light probe. That's something like automatically light probe, which is just one button click and you can do all of this. But in Unity 2008, which is for making the mode for Honey Slack 2, we can only use this light probe way. There are many light probes. When you hit generate light, it's gonna record all the indirect and direct light from the surface and from the surrounding light source, record them into each boss. And this is not, the information is not very large when it is recorded, but you have to spend some time waiting it to be baked. And after you have this small balls, when you move the light, see, if I turn on the intensity of the light, every ball's light gonna be changed. If I drag this, see, the left part balls is becoming dark, but the right part balls is becoming light. Wherever the light goes, the tiny ball, the small balls, is changing the intensity. All the intensity from the balls is called the indirect light, and they can be multiplied by this number. It's called the indirect multiplier. If I boost this indirect multiplier, the actual reflection light from the small balls gonna be boosted. If I turn this direct intensity down and turn up the indirect light, it's gonna boost the shadow part. Not the shadow part. I'm sorry. The best way to say it is the part that is not directly lighted by the light. That part, which is not directly by the light source. The area directly by the light source is this part. If I turn this to 0, this part is the directly part. Direct part is called direct part, and this one is the indirect light. Is the indirect part. Oh, that's where you know the what's going on in the light. Thank God the HS2 Studio can understand the deep MOD file that has this lightning bake system. So that way we can bake our light map and to make an MOD for Honey Slack 2 Studio. It is something like this. Let's go back to Studio, and here to control the light, same like Unity, it controls light here in this Hammond's graphic. You see, when I turn up the directional light, if I turn this on, turn this down, I directly control the direct part. This is called the direct part, and this is the indirect part. The indirect part is the result of direct intensity and multiplied by this indirect intensity. If I turn a little bit down of the environment intensity, it can have more apparent feeling for this number. And if I move the light, like rotate the directional angle, you're gonna see that it really moves like a real light. See, especially when you see the light here, it's gonna move very smoothly like a real light. See, and when the real light, bounce light from the ground that moves from left to right, there this part is really acting as if in the real situation. That's it. And there's some asked a lot of questions about how to do this, what these numbers are, and which is which. And the conclusion would be, for a scene, you either better use the best choice is either use this real-time lighting or you use the mixed lighting. You better don't use both. If you use both, it gonna use a renderer called Enlighten to bake the real-time light, and use a progressive GPU renderer to bake the mixed lighting. And if you toggle these two together, actually it won't. If you toggle these two together, there you only see one option for the light matte baker, which is the renderer. But what actually happening is not. It's not. There's only one. If you toggle two, there are gonna be two renderer for each of these. And this mixed lighting can only be is if you toggle two, if you here you choose Enlighten, which means Enlighten will do both work of real-time and mixed light job. But if you change to progressive CPU, the actually real-time lighting is still by the Enlighten renderer. That's a very common misunderstanding for the Unity 2008. So if you toggle two together, what's actually happening is Unity will let Enlighten do the real-time lighting job, and let progressive CPU do the mixed lighting job. And then he gonna merge them together. But the merge result always gonna comes with some like cloudy or burned results on the textures on the real-time light maps. So basically, in one word, there's only one renderer that can do the real-time lighting baking for this. That is Enlighten. And this progressive CPU, it can only do the, and Enlighten can do both, and Enlighten can only, but real-time lighting can only be done by Enlighten. And this progressive CPU, he can only do the mixed lighting. So if I toggle both, and here I choose progressive CPU, after baking, you see everything is good, every light probe has its colors. But when you save the scene, it's gonna bug. Next time you open up the scene in Unity, the real-time light probe ball, all these balls colors gonna be lost when you next time open the scene in Unity. So what you have to do is to when you bake light mapping, you have to talk. If you want to toggle both, you have to pick the light mapper to enlighten, not pick it to progressive CPU. This is the answer from Google. I didn't know this, so I lost the information I baked it previously. And then I choose enlighten, and the scene can be saved. It can be saved and it can be made zip MOD by the host tool. What you have seen here in this scene is just a result of pick the light mapper as enlighten. So only in this way you can toggle both. But this scene, I don't have a mixed light actually. I don't have mixed light. Only one light and these two emitting materials. Two emitting materials. So I just used only real-time light for this scene. And when you only use only real-time lights, the cloudy and burns results are gone. Now too much words for this, maybe too much words for this. Only if you are a MOD maker will be maybe the words I just said about 5 minutes ago gonna be useful for you. Now let's change to another map and check daytime map. This mode has two maps. One is the last daytime one, and another is this nighttime. And so let me use this night map to make you understanding what is indirect and what is not indirect. Yeah. You can see there's a spotlight casting some light here. This spotlight, which is this one, is doing the casting. When I turn the indirect multiplier to completely 0, this is it only has direct light, which means very simply only where only the part that can be lighted by the edge inside this edge have the light intensity, something like this, which is completely no indirect light, which means no bounce. The light won't bounce to other areas. But if I boost up this indirect multiplier, they're gonna have bounce light. And when I rotate it, look, when I rotate it, you're gonna feel this is real light. See the farthest further wall, the light on the further wall. It has bounce light. You can apparently feel that this light is different from the. You have basic feelings. You can know the difference. You don't have to let me explain too much word for it. Yeah. And if you think this intensity is not enough, there's a button in the Hammond's graphic that is linear intensity. You can just use when I toggle this linear intensity, toggle it off, the intensity, something becoming the exponential, and this is not linear anymore, so you can drag it like a nuclear weapon. Yeah, something like this. But the linear light intensity is quite enough for this thing, so I just lock it to linear. You can see there are two. I put two boxes on here. You can see I put two boxes here. I want to to show that the direct light part, which means the part inside this angle, in this circle, in this spotlight circle, the colors in this circle is not changing when I boost the indirect light. See that? The relationship of the ball and this part and this part, every color, every pixel in around here is not changing. See? Only the areas except this circle is changing color. That's indirect light. And this is direct light. So everything lighted here and here except this circle is the number of this and multiplied by this. Yeah. Let's go back to the daytime map. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Let's go back to the daytime map. I have some words to say. Let me bring up the light. Yes, thank you. And maybe give it some motion, maybe. So in this light map, okay, so in this kind of lighting, there's a problem, which is the HS2 Studio girls. They have their head and their body are actually two separated mesh. So like let me show you in Unity. So if you have these two separated mesh lighted by those light probes, the head gonna collect the four balls light color like this, because this head is in the range of these four balls, 1, 2, 3, 4. So its color gonna be calculated by this four balls color, and the body part is in the range of these four balls, another four balls. So their two colors are not slightly different. So they have a neckline, a neck seam, something like this. You can see there's a seam. To change this, let me put it another area where this seam is very obvious. Yeah, the seam here shows. To change this seam, we have a way to, in Unity we have a way to it's called anchor override. Now this anchor override is this is the skin mesh renderer. The anchor override is set to none. Normally it's set to none. And this head, every mesh renderer has the anchor override. This anchor override means you switch nodes transform to collect the colors of the balls, of the light probe probe small balls. A way to do this is we put the hip joint. We put a same joint to both the head and the body. So if I select the head mesh and drag the hip into the anchor override, it's gonna use this ball. It's gonna use this hip joint. Use this hip joint, which is here. They're gonna use this hip joint to calculate its color. Like, see this hip joint. It's gonna use this to calculate the color, and we do the same thing to the body mesh here. We drag the hip to the body mesh, and the body mesh is gonna use the hip joint to calculate its color too now. So now let's see the neck. The neckline is gone. The seam is gone. Right. So what I want to do is I want to find a coder to do a dynamic plugin to do a dir file for me to solve this problem. Basically, is to just grab the Bowen hierarchy like the HSPE, to grab the Bowen hierarchy, and let me select a Bowen and let me select this node to drag it into the mesh renderer of the head and the body. I think this two components in the Unity 2008, and they are exactly the same as in the HS2 Studio girls. So they have this anchor point thing called anchor point, but it's set to none, so their color is not the same. So they have the neck seam. What I want to do is I want to find a guy to make a small plugin for me to do this, that I can put a node on from their bone structure, like the hip or their waist, spine, something in the middle of the center, in the center, in the middle of their body, to drag into the head and the body mesh to kill the seam. Okay. If you have any questions, I don't share. I'm not the guy that shares some free or paid MODs maps on Patreon. I'm not that kind of guy. And the Patreon. Okay, if you want more about this, you have to contact me by private message in the Discord. Okay, now it's about this. This is gonna be a long video. Thanks for watching. And the last word, and some last word, please. I'm very sad about the things that happened in 2025. The July that moderator deleted everything for the Illusionsoft user channels. It's such a disaster for the whole community. All the things we talked about, how to make plugins, how to make a mode, how to make this, and the everything, how to write coded, and how to share something. Every history has been completely deleted. Nothing can turn it back. So I don't think that is good. I don't know who will do that kind of things. Just completely delete everything, every history. A lot of things in my brain. I want to just type and search some keywords that can bring back the memories and bring back the way of how to do this and how to do this. That solution is gone. It's because the history cannot be searched anymore. So I really want to contribute to some of my time to make some tutorials here to let more and more people knowing that this more things can be done in this very old game, Honey Select 2. Yeah, and there's still some. I'm very happy to see that still even after that disaster 2025 July, even after that time till this 2026 year, we still have a lot of guys creating those shared MOD and shared plugins, still making it alive. The community live is very makes me happy. A lot of guys sharing some things and asking questions and get helped, and get free ones, get free helps, and get some commissions. Maybe I'm really happy this community is still alive. So I want to do my own contribution too. Thank you. Thanks for